SEC just told me that I only have 10 minutes to spend. Well, that's fine, I'm very excited, first to come here because, the air is clear and there's so many familiar faces. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. But more importantly, we finally, came to a city which incorporated, our company name in the city name. Kingsoft in Chinese means Jinshan, but also San Francisco means 旧金山. So it means that the new, Kingsoft, new Jinshan, now joining the 旧金山. So hopefully we can bring something new to the marketplace. I think the most important reason why I feel so excited, because here I can now see 奇虎360. I mean, I'm so glad. Because in the last couple of years, it's really, the fight between us, and the Qihoo 360 is a typical David versus Goliath story. A lot of companies were killed by 360. So if you look at the antivirus industry, I think I just see some of friends, just came in here to attend the RSA conference. So they will tell you that how for Roses 360, how Qihoo is. So for those of you who are with a China background, so how difficult to compete with a 360. I just give you an example. It's a company who can grab 10% of a search market share in only 1 week. And that's the company make Baidu to lose market capitalization of $20 billion in the last 4 months. But, if you look at our number, 2 years ago, when we came in to join the Kingsoft, at that time, we are not on the list. Even though we are not only on the 16, but at that time, if you look at the 300, like Qihoo, the number 2 on the spot, they are at least 20 times as powerful as us in terms of a user base, in terms of influence and everything. And at that time, we only have data active users of 3 million, and monthly active users about 20 million. But in the last couple of years, we really grow very quickly. I think probably the most fast-growing company in the traditional internet area, and we totally transform ourselves. Right now, we are very fortunate, to be on the list, and we now can cover 150 million users, the monthly active users, across a platform of a product. That's only on the Windows-based devices, and we also have 60 million mobile users on Android and iOS devices. So why? The story I want to tell you why we were not killed by 360. How we finally survive and even thrive. That's the story I want to share you, because I only have 5 minutes to spare. So I will share with you some of the 5 takeaways. I think number 1, from the day 1, we are crystal clear that we cannot play the Goliath rules, meaning that we cannot follow what 360 was doing. So we have to play our strengths, but not playing by our competitor rules. Meaning that if 360 doesn't behave, we behave. That if 360 is the enemy of all the internet companies in China, and we try to be friends of everyone. So if 360 was investigated by SEC, was all the iOS-based apps was kind of were delisted by Apple, we try to behave, we try to be nice, we try to be really, like good like a corporate citizen, or good like a product manager. So if 360 try to cover everything, we try to be laser focused. So that's the number one. We only play our strengths. We not play by competitive rules. We cannot use conventional strategy to win the battle. I think secondly, we are laser focused, on the product and the user experiences. We try to create a product which consumers can shout, consumers, will show off and share with their friends, and will deliver a super stunning experiences, so that they will come back and back again. To be very honest, I think most of our products is not up to that standard, but we are working on it. So that's like a 3S principle is very critical for us. And the third takeaway I want to share with you is that, in today's China's market, but maybe I think more importantly, maybe in other markets as well, like a good product alone is not enough. Because in China, if you do some good product, like a startup doing a good product, maybe just overnight, or maybe in a week, big companies like 360 will do it. And they have a bigger channels, they have strong marketing powers, so that you cannot hear your voices. This product simply disappear. So, Qihu's chairman, Zhou Hongyi, talk a lot about the macro innovation. But in reality, what we see is macro imitation. So yesterday, when I chat with one of a friend here, he said, "Well, actually, one of your apps look a lot like 360." I said, "Yes, they copy us. Every time we release a new version, and they will, do the same thing, So I don't want to give you too many examples, but just like a Battery Doctor, Master, some of the products is already available in iOS and Google Play. You can see that every time we launch a product, sometimes in less than 1 week, they copy us. So for us, it's really complex feelings. On one side, we really feel lucky, and we feel proud, because we are kind of, like agenda setters, and we kind of define the battle. But on the other hand, it's very annoying, that. So, but that's good, really keep us to continue to upgrade, to update our product. And I also sometimes I told, my team that, our biggest, fans is a 360, because they follow us very closely. So that, comes to my fourth point. Try to create like a base of fans, because in today's, if you talk to a lot of product managers in China, and people tend to only look at data, but that's very misleading. Sometimes the data can be very misleading, because if you spend money, if you do marketing, if you're some big company, easily you can, grow the users, grab the user very quickly. Has any product managers or maybe entrepreneur here really spend a lot of time to talk to your customers? Because at the end of the day, I think only the loyal users, only the fan space will sustain the growth of a certain product. But in our experiences, because we have such big user base, you cannot talk to every consumers. But at least we feel that 5% of users are kind of users. Among that 5%, and there are 5% are super users, super fans. So if you really leverage the power of those cross-sourcing innovators, those, fans, well, chances are you will, those kind of the product managers, not on your payroll, but they will continue to work for you. So if you can really leverage that, and chances are you can really know what your issues are, and you continue to grow your product. So Xiaomi's success is a typical, I think, story of leveraging the power of fans. I think number 5 point I want to share with you is that today is actually for every campaign is holistic campaign. You cannot simply focus your product. Marketing, channel are all very critical. I just want to share one of story about our browser. PC browser is really cutthroat competition in China. But in the last 6 months, we successfully, grabbed like 20 million users in China, our cheetah browser, and became, I think, number 3 in terms of market share, in terms of like a third-party browsers, only behind like Qihoo and Soho. How we did that? I think one of the lessons we leverage is that people here, you don't use like a railway to do like a Spring Festival transportation. But in China, I think a lot of people, maybe I think over like 200 million people, they will try to get back to home and try to grab a railway ticket. And how you can do that? And the official ticket booking system was just sucked. So we create like a one plugin which really can help users to grab a ticket, and that was really was very successful. So my point is that in today's world you cannot simply focus on a product. You have to study all the social pinpoints. If you can leverage all the social pinpoints, and you can become your product sweet points. Like in the US, in many markets, there are a lot of people focus on the, like a festival, holiday marketing. Like a Super Bowl, if the power outreach, there's only not many. A lot of companies leverage that opportunity, but I know that like a Kraft, like Oreo, that very successful social media marketing case, they leverage that. So I think there's a lot of every day. There's a lot of accidents, a lot of social hot news, and a lot of like pinpoints. If you identify that, and if you can do something, your product surrounding that, applications surrounding that, and then chances are. And you can do like a holistic campaign and try to leverage that opportunity. I think we are already past time, but the last but not least, why we came here, because that's the topic today, like globalization. I actually already covered that, because we have the Jinshan here, and most importantly, I think I can now see 360 here. Well, that's a joke. I think we really want to become one of the leading global mobile internet player in the marketplace. I think thanks to Google and Apple, for the first time, we now have a globally universal distribution market. I think that's the opportunity we don't want to miss. So that's why we came here, because we want to close to the Silicon Valley, close to the innovation. So that's why we are here. And we are now the